Come on students, now we'll continue the problems on process costing. Already we have completed 12 problems. Now we are in the 13th problem. So if you are viewing all the videos continuously, you already got how to solve the problems on process costing. So before starting the problem, I expect my viewers to have the hard copy printout of all the problems from the link under my description. So keep the problems ready and then watch the video, then only you can be able to understand. Come on, see the 13th problem. The product of a company passes through three distinct processes to completion. Again, three processes are there. These processes are known as A, B and C. From the past experience, it is ascertained that wastage is incurred in each process as under. Wastage means normal loss. We are given the normal loss in A process 2%, B process 3% and C process 10% of the input. The normal process loss occurring in the three processes is regularly sold at the rate of 50 paisa in process A, 1 rupee in process B and 2 rupees in process C per unit respectively. The output of each process passes immediately to the next process and finished units are transferred from process C into finished stock. As usual, then the following expenses were incurred: material consumed A, B, C given, direct labor, all the values are given for ABC, manufacturing expenses, all values for ABC given. 20,000 units have been issued to process A at a cost of rupees 80,000. Main material or input. In process A, the first item will take the main material. 20,000 units are introduced at a cost of rupees 80,000. After taking this, we will take the other material, then direct labor, then manufacturing expense. The output for each process has been given as under. Process A 19,500, process B 18,800, process C 16,000 units. Remember, input is given, output is given, so definitely there may be some abnormal loss or abnormal gain. There is a possibility. There was no stock of WIP in any process. Prepare the process accounts and abnormal wastage account. Abnormal wastage का मतलब abnormal loss account. So specifically it is asking you to make process A account, process B account, process C account and abnormal loss account or abnormal wastage account. Assuming that abnormal wastage collected together for all the three processes were sold in one lump sum and fetched a price of rupees 10,000. So individually sale करने के बजाय all the abnormal loss units are sold in one lump sum and fetched a price of rupees 10,000. This will come only in abnormal loss account. This item will not come in process accounts. Now we'll begin exactly similar to the previous problem. Process A account. Debit side will take to main material 20,000 units are introduced at a price of rupees 80,000 given in the problem. Then other material 40,000, direct labor 42, manufacturing expense 14,600. Debit side completed. Now see the credit side. By normal loss, it is given in the problem 2% of the input is normally lost, wastage. So 20,000 ka 2%, it comes to 400 units are lost. And in this first process, this normal loss is sold as a scrap, 50 paisa per unit. It is given 50 paisa per unit. So for 400 into 0.5, 200 rupees we are going to realize from the sale of scrap. Now, by process B, the output is given in this process are 19,500. 19,500 is the output. Now we'll see whether there is abnormal loss or abnormal gain. Actual output 19,500. What is the normal output? 20,000 input and 400 units are the normal loss. So 20,000 minus 400, 19,600. The normal output is 19,600 but actual output is 19,500. निकलना चाहिए 19,600 लेकिन actually जो निकला है output 19,500. तो 100 unit is the abnormal loss. So by abnormal loss 100 units. Working note. Now we have to find out what is the value of this 100 units abnormal loss. As usual, in last 2-3 problems we have calculated. Here in working note number 1, process A, value of abnormal loss is equal to normal cost by normal output into units of abnormal loss. The normal cost के लिए debit side will take the total. What is the debit side total? 1,76,600. From this we subtract the income. sale of scrap, how much? 200. So 1,76,600 minus 200, 1,76,400. Here you can see 1,76,400. Normal output. Normal output is input 20,000 and normal loss 400. So normal output 19,600. How many units of abnormal loss? 100 units. So substitute कर देंगे 1,76,400 by 19,600 into 100. 900 rupees is the value of abnormal loss. 900 rupees. Now we take the balancing figure. Take the total 1,76,600 minus 200 minus 900. The value of output is 1,75,500. अब divide कर देंगे 1,75,500 divided by 19,500, you are going to get 9 rupees per unit. So 9 rupees per unit is the cost per unit in process A completed. Now the output of this process A will become input for process B. Now process B. To process A 19,500, 1,75,500. Apart from that, other material, direct labor, manufacturing expenses. Debited. Now normal loss. It is given normal loss in the second process is 3%. B process में normal loss 3% of the input. Input कितना है? 19,500. तो 19,500 का 3%, 585 units is the normal loss. And it will fetch a price of 1 rupee per unit. It is given in the problem. The wastage will yield a sale value of 1 rupee per unit. So how many units are there? 585. 585 into 1, 585 rupees we are going to get. Now output is given 18,800 output. Now see here. Actually input 19,500. Out of which how much is the loss? 585. So 19,500 minus 585. You should get 18,915. You should get 18,915 output निकलना चाहिए. Normal output. But how much is the actual output we got? 18,800 only. 18,915 आना चाहिए. तो 915 के बजाय only 800 units we got. So 115 units is the abnormal loss. So here by abnormal loss 115 units. Now again we have to find out what is the value of this 115 units in working note number 2. Value normal cost 2,46,480 minus 585. Debit side if you take the total 2,46,480 minus 585. So normal cost we got 2,45,895. Normal output 19,500 minus 585, 18,950. So value of abnormal loss is equal to 2,45,895 divided by 18,915 into 115. 1495. So 1495 is the value of abnormal loss. Now take the total. From this total subtract minus 585 minus 1495, you get 2,44,400. This is the value of output. This will be divided by 18,800. 13 rupees per unit is the cost in process B. Now we'll come to the process C. The output will become input. To process B 18,800, 2,44,400. Material 15,000, labor 35,000, manufacturing expense 13,920. Given. Take the total 3,08,320. By normal loss, it is given that wastage in C process is 10% of input. So 18,800 ka 10%, 1,880 is the units of abnormal loss, units of normal loss. Now normal loss will fetch a scrap value of 2 rupees per unit. So 1880 into 2, 1880 into 2, 3,760 rupees we are going to realize by sale of scrap. Now actual output is given in the problem 16,000. 16,000 is the actual output. Normal output कितना होगा? 18,800 minus 1,880. 18,800 minus 1,880. You should get 16,920. Normal output. Normal output should be 16,920. But we are getting only 16,000. Instead of 16,920, the actual output is only 16,000. So 920 units is the abnormal loss. Again, we have to find out what is the value of this abnormal loss 920 units. So here you can see normal cost 3,08,320 minus 3,760. You are getting 3,04,560. Normal output 18,800 minus 1,880, 16,920. The value of abnormal loss, 3,04,560 divided by 16,920 into 920. 16,560 is the value of abnormal loss. Now balancing figure. Take the total from this, subtract minus 3,760 minus 16,560, 2,88,000 is the value of the output. Now divide 2,88,000 divided by 16,000, 18 rupees per unit is the cost. That's all. Now it is asking you to make the abnormal wastage account or abnormal loss account. What is the entry for abnormal loss? Abnormal loss account data to process A account to process B account to process C account. Abnormal loss को डेबिट करना है, process accounts को क्रेडिट करना है, and process accounts are already credited. See here, A process को क्रेडिट कर दिया by abnormal loss, B process को क्रेडिट कर दिया by abnormal loss, C process को क्रेडिट कर दिया by abnormal loss. तो process accounts are credited. Now abnormal loss should be debited. Debit side to process A 100 900, C here 100 900. Process B 115 1495. Process C 920 16,560. Posted. Abnormal loss entry posted. Now it is given in the problem that all the abnormal units are sold in one lump sum and fetched a price of rupees 10,000. ये जितने यूनिट्स थे abnormal loss के, ये सारे यूनिट्स को बेच दिए 10,000 रुपीस आ गए. Entry will be bank account data to abnormal loss account. The entry will be bank account data to abnormal loss. So by bank sale 1,000. If you add up all the units, you'll get 1,135. तो पूरे 1,135 units बेच दिए. कितने में बेचे? 10,000. Now the balancing figure will be transferred to costing profit and loss account. So 18,955 is the debit side total. So 18,955 minus 10,000, you'll get 8,955 balancing figure. This will be transferred to costing profit and loss account. That's all. This is the end of problem number 13. Come on students, now we'll start the 14th problem. See the 14th problem. A product passes through three processes P, Q and R. The details of expenses incurred on the three processes during the year 1995 were as under. So three processes P, Q, R. Units issued, 10,000 units are issued in process P, first process. Then cost per unit is 100 rupees. So 10,000 units are introduced and the cost per unit is 100. So 10,000 into 100, 10 lakh rupees is the main material issued in process P. Then sundry material, apart from that main material, some sundry materials are also issued for every process PQR, 10,000, 15,000, 5,000. Labor is given for all the three processes. Direct expense are given for all the three processes. Sale price of output per unit. The selling price per unit of the output is given for P process 120, Q 165, R 250. This problem is entirely new, a little bit difficult also. Once in the first glance itself you may not be able to understand. So particularly this problem needs some revision for twice and thrice. Now management expenses during the year amounted to 80,000 and selling expense are 50,000. These are not allocable to the processes. So management expense or selling expenses जो है वो 80,000, 50,000 and these expenses are not to be allocated in processes account. It has to be taken in profit and loss account. After making the process accounts, we have to make the P&L account. In profit and loss account, we take this management expense and selling expense. Actual output of the three processes are, the actual output are 9,300 units for P, Q 5,400 and R 2,100. ये actual output है. 2/3 of the output of process P and 1/2 of the process output of process Q was passed on to the next process and the balance was sold. That is the new point. From process P to Q, 2/3 of the output of process P should be transferred to process Q and remaining 1/3 should be sold. So we transfer it to P&L account. तो P प्रोसेस में क्या करेंगे, जो भी आउटपुट आएगा उसका 2/3 आउटपुट Q में ट्रांसफर कर देंगे और 1/3 आउटपुट को प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट में ट्रांसफर कर देंगे बिकॉज इट वाज सोल्ड. देन द एंटायर आउटपुट ऑफ प्रोसेस R वाज सोल्ड. P से Q को जा रहा, Q से R को जा रहा, तो R का जो entire amount है, that whole will be transferred to P&L account. The normal loss of the three processes calculated on the input of every process was P 5%, Q 15%, R 20%. This is the normal loss. And the loss of process P was sold at 2 rupees per unit, and that of process Q at 5 rupees, and process R 10 rupees. This is a scrap value of normal loss. Prepare the three process accounts and the profit and loss account. In this problem, it is asking you to prepare profit and loss process accounts and profit and loss account. So we have to make the process account PQR. We have to make abnormal loss account, abnormal gain account, and then lastly we have to make the profit and loss account. Now see one by one how we have done process P. In process P, main material 10,000 units are issued and each unit 100 rupees. So 10,000 into 100, 10 lakh rupees worth of main material introduced. Apart from that, other material issued 10,000, labor 30,000, direct expense 6,000. The total of debit side is 10,000 and 10 lakh 46,000. Now credit side by normal loss. Normal loss percentage is 5% of the input. So 5% of 10,500 units is the normal loss, and the scrap value realized is 2 rupees per unit. It is given in the problem. So 500 into 2, 1,000 rupees. 1,000 rupees we are realizing by sale of scrap. Now actual output is given 9,300. Actual output is given in the problem 9,300. Now see carefully. Input was 10,000. Normal loss is 500. So 10,000 minus 500, 9,500 output आना चाहिए. Normal output is 9,500, but actual output given in the problem is 9,300. 9,300 actual output है, जबकि normal output आना कितना चाहिए 9,500. So there is a loss of 200 units. Abnormal loss 200 units. By abnormal loss 200 units. Now we have to find out what is the value of this abnormal loss, 200 units. 22,000. How we got 22,000? Here in working note number 1. Process P. Value of abnormal loss, 10,45,000. How you got 10,45,000? Debit side 10,46,000 minus income 1,000. So 10,45,000 is the normal cost. Normal output, input 10,000. And normal loss is 500. So 10,000 minus 500, 9,500. And units of abnormal loss 200. So 22,000 we got value of abnormal loss. Now the total output is 9,300. It is given in the problem that 2/3 of the output is transferred to next process Q. And 1/3 of the output is sold. Sold means we have to transfer it to P&L account. तो अब क्या करेंगे 9,300 का 2/3 it comes to 6,200 and 9,300 का 1/3 3,100. This is transferred to P&L account. This transferred to process Q. At what rate we have to find out what is the normal cost per unit. Normal cost per unit कैसा आएगा? ये 10,46,000 10,46,000 minus 1,000 minus 22,000 minus 22,000. तो 10,46,000 minus 23,000 ये निकालने के बाद that will be divided by 9,300. 9,300. तो per unit you will get 100. I'll show it on the calculator. 10,46,000. 10,46,000 I have taken. From this I subtract 23,000 minus 23,000 is equal to 10,23,000. We got a cost of 10,23,000. From 10,23,000 will be divided by 9,300. Divided by 9,300. You are getting 110 rupees. Per unit you are getting 110 rupees. Again I repeat, 10,46,000 minus 1,000 minus 22,000. माइनस करने के बाद जो भी अमाउंट आएगा उसको डिवाइड करेंगे 9,300 क्योंकि टोटल आउटपुट इज 9,300. तो पर यूनिट यू विल गेट 110 rupees. It is not 100, it is 110. It is 110 rupees. So 110 rupees. So now multiply 110 into 6,200. We'll see. 110 into 6,200. you will get 6,82,000, right? Correct. 6,82,000. Similarly, 110 into 3,100 will get 3,41,000. और फर्स्ट प्रोसेस कंप्लीटेड, यानी ये प्रोसेस का आउटपुट 9,300 दिया, वो 9,300 का 2/3 क्यू को जा रहा और 1/3 पीएनएल अकाउंट को जा रहा, सेल कर दे रहे। तो कॉस्ट कैसा आया, 10,46 में से दोनों निकाल दो, टोटल आएगा तो डिवाइड बाय 9,300 110, तो 110 into 6,200, 110 into 3,100 over. Now come to process Q. The output, how much output we are giving to process Q? 6,200, 6,82,000. 6,200, 6,82,000 to process P. ये input हो गया. Do sundry material to labor to direct expenses. Now credit side by normal loss. 15% of the input is normal loss. So 6,200 into 15%, 930. 930 into rupees 5. Scrap value is 5 rupees. So 930 into 5, 4,650. Now it is given the output is 5,400. It is given in the problem. The output of process Q is 5,400. जबकि अब नॉर्मल आउटपुट कितना आना चाहिए, 6,200 माइनस 930, 6,200 माइनस 930, it is coming to 5,270. 5,270. तो नॉर्मल आउटपुट शुड बी 5,270, बट एक्चुअल आउटपुट वी गॉट 5,400 गिवन द प्रॉब्लम. तो निकलना चाहिए 5,270, बट एक्चुअली निकला है 5,400. तो वी आर गेटिंग एबनॉर्मल गेन. तो 5,400 minus 5,270, 130 units is the abnormal gain. So debit side to abnormal gain 130 units. 130 units. Total हो जाएगा 6,330 both the sides. Right? अब ये 130 units का हमको मालूम करना है what is the value of abnormal gain. तो again in working note number 2, value of abnormal gain 7,90,500. How you got 7,90,500? You add up this total 6,82,000 plus 15 plus 80 plus 18,150. You add up these four amounts minus 4,650. Minus 4,650. You will get normal cost 7,90,500. Divide by normal output. Normal output is 6,200 minus 930. You will get 5,270 into 130. So 19,500 is the value of abnormal gain. Value of abnormal gain. Now take the total, it will be 8,14,650. 8,14,650. From this 8,14,650 minus 4,650, right? 8,10,000. 8,10,000. That 8,10,000 will be divided by 5,400. 8,10,000 will be divided by 5,400. So per unit you are getting 150 rupees. Per unit you are getting 150 rupees. It is given in the problem that from process Q, half of the output is going to the next process, remaining half is being sold. Sold means we have to transfer to P&L account. So 5,400 ka half, 2,700. And 5,400 का half 2,700. तो 5,400 का आधा नेक्स्ट प्रोसेस को जाएगा और आधा पीएल अकाउंट को. क्या रेट से 150. तो 150 into 2,700, 4,05,000, 4,05,000. Now if you take the total 8,14,650 over. This is process Q. Now I am coming to process R. Debit side to process Q 2,700, 4,05,000. To sundry material, to labor, to direct expenses. Debit side completed. Now credit side by normal loss. 20% of input. So 2,700 into 20%, 540 units. And the selling price, the sale price of the scrap is 10 rupees. So 540 into 10, 5,400. Right? Now we have to see whether there is abnormal loss or abnormal gain. The output is given in the problem as, how much is the output? 2,100. It is given in the problem, 2,100 is the actual output of process R. Process R. Right? अब देखेंगे normal output कितना है? 2,700 minus 540. तो 2,700 minus 540. We should get 2,160. We should get 2,160. That is the normal output. But instead of 2,160, we are getting only 2,100. आना चाहिए 2,160, लेकिन आया है only 2,100. तो 60 unit is the abnormal loss. 60 unit is the abnormal loss. Now find out the value of abnormal loss here. Debit side total 5,02,200. From 5,02,200 minus 5,400, you'll get 4,96,800. Similarly, normal output 2,700 minus 540, 2,160 into 60. 13,800 is the value of abnormal loss. ये हो गया abnormal loss. Now we find out the balancing figure. Take the total 2,700, 2,700. Debit side total 5,02,200. From 5,02,200, subtract these two amounts. The balancing figure is 4,83,000. 4,83,000 divided by 2,100, 230 rupees per unit. That is the cost per unit in R. So we have completed PQR. 3 process completed. अब जो है abnormal loss. 2 process में abnormal loss है, 1 process abnormal gain. Here we have abnormal gain. Process Q we have abnormal gain. Process P and R we have abnormal loss. The entry for abnormal loss is abnormal loss account data to process account. The entry for abnormal loss को डेबिट करना, प्रोसेस को क्रेडिट करना. तो प्रोसेस को क्रेडिट कर दिए, अब abnormal loss को डेबिट करेंगे टू प्रोसेस P 200 यूनिट्स 22,000 ईयर, 200 यूनिट्स 22,000. प्रोसेस R 60 यूनिट्स 13,800. ये पोस्टिंग हो गया abnormal loss. अब abnormal gain की पोस्टिंग करेंगे. abnormal gain की पोस्टिंग ये होती है प्रोसेस अकाउंट डेटा टू abnormal gain. तो प्रोसेस को डेबिट कर दिए, अब abnormal gain को क्रेडिट करेंगे बाय प्रोसेस Q 130 यूनिट्स 19,500. फ्रॉम ये 130 19,500 पोस्टिंग हो गया. नाउ वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट द हाउ मच अमाउंट टू बी ट्रांसफर टू कॉस्टिंग प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट. अब देखिए abnormal लॉस का मतलब द लॉस व्हिच इज ओवर एंड अबव नॉर्मल लॉस. नॉर्मल लॉस से ज्यादा. तो ये प्रोसेस P में 200 यूनिट्स ज्यादा लॉस हो गया, abnormal लॉस हो गया. तो स्क्रैप वैल्यू, what is the scrap value in process P? 2 rupees. Scrap value is 2 rupees. तो realize करेंगे 200 into 2. तो by bank 200 into 2, 400 rupees will be realized. 400 rupees will be realized by the sale of abnormal units. Scrap value, कोई भी वेस्टेज हो, चाहे नॉर्मल वेस्टेज हो या abnormal वेस्टेज हो, scrap value will be realized. तो 200 into 2, 400. Similarly, for process R, in process R, what is the scrap value? 10 rupees. So 60 into 10, 600 rupees will be realized. So 60 units, 10 rupees, 600 rupees will be realized. Now take the total on the debit side, 35,800. From 35,800 minus 400 minus 600, 34,800 will be transferred to costing profit and loss account. Over. Now this will be taken in P&L account. This costing P&L account should be transferred there. Abnormal gain. Abnormal gain will arise when the actual loss is less than normal loss. हम जो एक्सपेक्ट करे थे उससे कम लॉस अगर हो गया तो abnormal gain. तो abnormal gain कौन से प्रोसेस में हुआ? Q में. तो we are not going to get the scrap value for 130 units. 130 यूनिट्स का स्क्रैप वैल्यू नहीं आएगा. तो जो नहीं आएगा उसको ट्रांसफर करेंगे नॉर्मल लॉस. तो व्हाट इज द स्क्रैप वैल्यू पर यूनिट इन प्रोसेस Q? 5 रुपीस. 5 रुपीस. तो यहां एक्सपेक्ट करे थे कि 930 यूनिट्स का नॉर्मल लॉस होगा, लेकिन 930 यूनिट्स का नहीं हुआ. कितने यूनिट्स का नहीं हुआ? 130 यूनिट्स का नहीं हुआ इसमें. तो 930 में से 130 खाली 800 यूनिट्स का लॉस हुआ. हम एक्सपेक्ट करे थे 930, बट एक्चुअल लॉस वाज ओनली 800. तो 130 यूनिट्स का स्क्रैप वैल्यू नहीं आएगा. तो उसके लिए टू abnormal loss 130 into 5, 650 rupees we are not going to get. तो balancing figure will be transferred to costing P&L. Credit side 19,500 minus 650, 18,850 rupees should be transferred to P&L account. Over. Now we'll come to the profit and loss account. A profit and loss account, every process we are transferring to P&L account. देखिए process P में credit side by P&L account, process Q by P&L account, process R by P&L account. So every process is credited by P&L account. P&L account should be debited. Entry क्या होती है? Profit and loss account data to process account. Profit and loss account data to process account. So process account is credited already. Now we have to debit profit and loss account. So profit and loss account का debit side to process P. How much is the amount here? 3,41,000. Similarly, process Q. by P&L account 4,05,000, 4,05,000. Process R 4,83,000, 4,83,000. We have debited to P&L account. P&L account को debit कर दिया, process को credit कर दिया. Right? Now the units are sold. The units are sold at the selling price. In the problem, the selling price is given for P 120, for Q 165, for R 250. This is a selling price per unit of PQR. Now, how many units we have transferred? See here. P से P&L account को कितने units transfer हुआ? 3,100 units are transferred. Right? Now we multiply 3,100 into 120, 3,72,000. This 120, 165, 250 given in the problem, selling price. And the output we are getting from the process account. Similarly, Q. How many units are transferred to P&L account? 2,700. So 2,700 into 165, 4,45,500. Process R. How many units we are transferring? 2,100. So 2,100 into 250, 5,25,000. This selling price given in the problem, we have multiplied, we got the sales. Now, abnormal loss. Abnormal loss में balancing figure it is transferred to costing P&L account. The entry is P&L account data to abnormal loss. Abnormal loss को credit कर दिए, P&L account को debit करेंगे, तो P&L account में debit side to abnormal loss 34,800. This 34,800. अब abnormal gain में transfer करें 18,850. Entry will be abnormal gain account data to profit and loss account. So abnormal gain is already debited. Profit and loss account will be created by abnormal gain 18,850. Apart from this, some management expenses and selling expenses are given 80,000, 50,000. That will be charged to profit and loss account. So P&L account to management expense 80,000, to selling expenses 50,000. That's all. We have taken all the items. Now we find out. If credit side is more, there is a profit. If debit side is more, there is a loss. अब देखेंगे debit side is more 13,93,800. 13,93,800 versus subtract all the credit items, we are getting 32,450. And this 32,450 is the net loss. That's all. So this is the end of problem number 14.